I learned about Sovereign through a buddy of mine. I was in a pretty bad addiction for the last year, and he actually told me about this place that he had just left, you know, a couple months before I had met him even. And he said, you know, he told me it's Sovereign Health, it's out in California, you know, and this and that, and his grandparents, you know, spoke by it and everything. He said, yeah, the guy, I mean, he didn't complete the program, but he looked, you know, he really got a lot out of it. He looked great when he came back, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, he was telling me all about this place. And I'm like, you know, honestly, it seems too good to be true, you know, because he's like, yeah, they'll, you know, if you don't have insurance, they'll provide insurance for you. They'll fly you out, you know, and, you know, there's food, roof, you know, bed, and help. Yeah. And, I mean, I was like, come on, dude, there's no way, that's too good to be true. And I'm around Cincinnati looking for a place, you know, and there's places, you know, that never really got back to me. Never, you know, it was kind of like dragging their feet about it, and I needed help then, you know, and Sovereign, I mean, it wasn't even 4 weeks, maybe a few weeks, from talking to them, from reaching out, calling that 800 number, and before I had somebody on my case, texting, you know, there on the other line, that I felt like that places in Cincinnati I couldn't even get a call back. And here I got this place out in California with guys and girls actually texting me and being encouraging, and so I really, you know, it really didn't hit me till we were wheels up. And, you know, I didn't believe him at first, but he kind of helped me through the process, and Sovereign certainly picked up from there, and got me on a plane, and, you know, it's everything, the rest is history. It's everything you know, he said it would be. Oh Lord, I lost my home, I lost my job, I lost several jobs, I lost, you know, trust. That's a big one. I lost trust from, you know, people closest to me. I lost every freaking dollar I had. I was a heroin addict. And I had used heroin for a solid year, about a year, and then before that it was just anything else, whatever else there was. Well, fill in the blank, you know, I had done it. But the thing is, if whatever I was doing at the time, alcohol was a big one. I was drinking a lot, but if it wasn't around, if I didn't have any, it wasn't a big deal. If coke or crack or whatever else, I've done it all. If that wasn't around, it was no big deal. But once I picked up heroin, if it wasn't around, it was a big deal. And I gave every ounce of who I am to this loser drug. And you know, I ended up losing my place to live, and so I'm in this seedy efficiency apartment with an air mattress in the corner, watching the bugs crawl around as I'm thinking what else I can sell for heroin. That's, you know, hopefully that was my rock bottom. I believe it was, you know what I mean? Because you know, I'm in this rock bottom apartment watching bugs crawl around, and I furnished the place. You know what I mean? You know, I you know, so. Yeah, so that was, and that helps me, honestly. I mean, I've been here 34, 35 days, and all I got to do is think about where I was 36 days ago. And, you know, the difference is night and day inside of Daniel, not just physically, but, yeah. So, I mean, that, you know, the last year leading up to, you know, it's been a snowball of losing this, losing that, and then the last, you know, I'd say month was just rapid nosedive. I arrived at LAX, and then there's Arnell. You know, Arnell's waiting on me with a sign, and I was looking for a guy with a blue shirt. The guy Arnell had a red shirt on that day for some reason, but he had a sign that said Daniel H on it, and I get off the plane. I got a chauffeur. I got somebody waiting for me to take me out to this place. We stopped by the center first. It was nighttime. Nobody was there. I did my intake and all that, and I got to the detox house first. It's been about 4 or 5 days there, and that was good. I mean, there's anything I needed, honestly. Like, there wasn't anything that I didn't, or there wasn't anything that I needed that was not provided. Snacks, food, pool, sunshine for sure. Yeah. You know, take that in small doses out here though. I mean, everything, just support, medical assistance with detoxing, which was big for me. I did a lot of sleep, and I slept a lot of the detox. I slept, for five of the days, I probably slept 60 hours of it. So, I mean, that helped me too, but, my taper, my different things that they, comfort meds that they supplied for me that I couldn't just necessarily, go out and, when I was, over a month ago where I was in Cincinnati, just go out and be like, all right, I'm going to kick it. Now I need to go get Malox. I need to go get, headache, stomach pills, stuff for tremors. I need to go get this and that. It didn't work like that because I didn't have any money, because I gave it all to one thing. Yeah. And so here they've got all this stuff to make me feel better, to help me through my detox. I get to Tuscany, I get to the house, and it's like, it's obviously a resort. I mean, it's a resort. They were using it as a resort, I'm sure, before Sovereign, came to own it. And, it's really nice. I mean, everything. It took me, a couple weeks, I guess, to really, get that this is where I live now. I live in California. I live with palm trees and these beautiful mountains and around this valley and poolside and all that stuff. So, I mean, it took me a couple weeks, but I'm telling you, like I told Austin, I said, man, this is too good to be true. And just little by little, it sunk in that it wasn't, that there's hope, for guys like me, that people that genuinely care whether I get better or not, from across the country, from 2,200 miles away. Yeah. That was an amazing feeling. It's helped me really work a better program than what I had come out intending to do. At first, I wasn't sure why I got on the plane. I didn't have to. Maybe I got on the plane because I was pretty much homeless or out of money, or really what's important is that I'm here now, and I'm glad that I'm here now. It's been like that. I mean, it's 35 days. It seemed like I've been out here for a few months, and so I don't want to say just impressed. I'm impressed with, it's not a thing that I'm impressed. It is, I'm just overwhelmed. I was at first, for the first couple weeks. I was like, man, I got to get used to this. It ain't sure ain't no efficiency apartment with an air mattress. I've got the most comfortable bed, the most comfortable pillows. For real, I sleep great. I'm actually in a better sleep routine than I ever was. I feel comfortable in my room with my roommate. The furniture and all that is very comfortable. I mean, there's TV, everything is there that I need. I mean, I've made it home, and so I even put up some pictures, of some family to make it a little homier. But I've been kind of overwhelmed by it. But now, now that I've been here for some time, I feel very grateful that I've been given this chance. My whole life, I mean, I've been able to get along with people. If I feel like if I can't get along with somebody, it's probably their fault, because I can get along with King Kong. You know what I'm saying? But so that's the type of person I am anyway. But honestly, I had no problems at all with staff. I enjoy the staff just as much as I enjoy clients. It's a network. It's a team. It's a team that, and I think it's tremendous. Really great that I've found out most of the brunt of this staff are recovering or have been through what I've been through. That's an amazing thing. It's not just a bunch of people with hardware on the walls and they can only talk about it. They've been through it. So that spoke volumes to me, and I enjoy the staff. I've got my own little rapport with each individual, as well as clients and stuff like that, but we're all in this together, I feel like. And some people that nitpick and want to complain out here in sunny Palm Springs, I feel like they're just complainers. They've been complainers their whole life. They complain, split hairs about anything, because I can't complain. I've had no problems from the staff, clinical, medical, all that. Everybody's just taking care of me. Helping me while I help myself, and I appreciate that too. I'm grateful for that too. Everybody's lives their own lives and have their own lives, but they want to help people. They have a genuine concern. Most, people here have a genuine concern for guys like me. And so that really has helped me also to just kind of take it easy, relax and work this program day by day, and really just get along with people even more, because I know that they care about whether I go left or right. So it's just, that's been impressive from the staff. I mean, I've heard tales of people that have been through 4, 5, 6 rehabs, and it's all different. But this place to me is everything I needed, from the top to bottom. It took a couple weeks, but they started the CROSS program, and so I've been involved with the CROSS program. I'm a dual diagnosis, so that means I'm an addict and I'm a little crazy. You know what I mean? So I've been in dual diagnosis groups and things like that. I could start naming names of guys and girls that have led great groups and done things, involved us all and kind of like broke things down. And really made it relatable to whatever respective group, I guess, because there's other mental health, there's different things. All the groups that I've been to, I involve myself, and that's helped. Some people have things going on, man. Some people clam up, some people have a hard time. Some people have been through trauma. Some people have a hard time, sharing or this and that, and that's okay. There's never been any groups where anybody's ever, let me use my I statements. There's never been any groups where I've felt intimidated or pressured or anything like that. The DD, the dual diagnosis groups for me have been really good. But then, a couple weeks ago, we started the CROSS program, and that for me has been extraordinary. It's been really a lifesaver, because a lot of people, they just focus on the recovery, and that's great. Their recovery has to come first. I've heard in meetings and different things, my recovery comes first and everything else. For me, that can't be my faith in my higher power. Without going into too much detail, my faith in my higher power, as I understand him, has got to be first in my life, or else recovery, nothing else would work. Not just recovery, but anything in my life wouldn't work. And so really this CROSS program has, and it's just good news every day. That's all it is. Just encouraging words. It's just good news. Hey, you're loved, you're cared for, and I just soak that up. It's really just helped my mood every day. I mean, I feel better and better every single day. All we hear is good news. I mean, in the group, like the specific groups, still we stick to a curriculum rather, but we do it in a way that kind of derive it from our faith and our understanding of our higher power, who's at the focal point. So it's really helped me. I am going to name drop. Catherine has done an amazing job with the CROSS program. I'm so glad she's running it, and I mean it's nothing short of a blessing to be in that group, and I'm glad they reached out and asked me about it, because it's just helped me tremendously. But before that, the DD and all those groups were just fine, but I'm glad I'm in the groups that I am now. The CROSS program is a wonderful, wonderful program. I get up usually around 7, and I'm with the PHP level of partial hospitalization, so I usually go in. Actually, we always go in at 8:30. We'll start our groups at 9. You have a couple groups before we go to lunch. For me, I'm in the CROSS program exclusively. I don't do any. Those are my only groups. That in the morning and the afternoon. We'll go to a couple groups, and we will then break for lunch. There's usually a little break between groups, at around 10:30-ish, and we'll meet back and do another little session, and then we break for lunch around noon, and we are transported. So we're transported to the restaurant, and we're provided a hot meal, a great salad bar. I'm all over the pool table at the restaurant all the time. Dude, I mean, I'm very impressed by the food. That's another thing. The food here is really, really good, and just all the variety. Like, I've been here for, over a month, and I've just everything every day. It seems like it's something different, or if it's maybe the same general type. There's all kinds of it, So you can eat something different every day, and I mean that's topical food, but I mean that was another thing that was really I was impressed by, So we're provided a hot lunch. We come back to the center here where we program, and about at 1 o'clock I'll go back to the cross program. There's DD who does dual diagnosis groups for them, and then the people that are in here for mental health, they'll do their thing. We'll do the cross thing for about an hour and a half. Take a little break again in between, and then until another hour and a half ish, we'll do one final group until about 4. And being PHP, the last hour we kind of can just hang loose, and while the people on a higher level of care, they don't come as early as I do. They come after lunch, and then they stay programmed until 5. But that last hour from 4 to 5, be a PHP, you don't have to, just can kind of hang out and read or listen to music, just do whatever, hang out on the comfortable furniture that we have, and it is comfortable. I mean, it is. The chairs, all this leather, it's all nice. So, but then after that, we'll load up around 5, head back to the restaurant, and then we are provided a different, dinner, hot dinner, and there's desserts, all kinds of desserts. Salad bar that's there every day. Fruit, vegetables, and then a good variety of different types of dinner, different foods, different hot foods. And then after that, we usually go back to our respective houses or whatever. I go back to Tuscany with the guys and just kind of hang out. I relax by the pool, lay out in the sun. I read, I watch TV, just whatever I want to do. And then usually at 7 or 8, there's outside meetings that they transport us, that they provide transportation for me, PHP, transportation to. So I'll go out and go to meetings and stuff like that, which always help. And usually by the time I get back, it's dark, and I'll relax a little bit, take a couple meds that I've been prescribed, me personally, just for to help me wind down at night, and that's really a big reason why I've had such a great sleep pattern, because I've always had a tough time turning off every gadget, shut my eyes, focusing on sleep, but here they help me. This medication that I use at bedtime helps me. It doesn't make me drowsy or anything like that. It just helps me shut her down. Helps me finally, like, all right, there's nothing else to do. Calm down, lay down, shut your eyes, and focus on sleeping. And it works. It works. I get 8 or 9 hours every night, and I'll get up and do it all again the next day. I'll get up 6:30 or 7, and have a cup of coffee. There's coffee machines. There's juice machines. There's water. Filtered water machines. Anything that I want, I got. I mean, that's just a typical day. And when I'm programming all day, I mean, these days are going by like that. Like I said, it's felt like I've only been here for 35 days. It's felt like 95 days. So just being here, having some structure and things to do, places to be, it's helped the days go by, and it's happened so fast. It seems like, which is a good thing. Yeah, the cross program that I'm in, I mean, it is just, like I said, it's just good news. Every day there's encouragement, there's good news, good words, and, to feel cared for, to know there's hope, and of course, this whole program obviously provides hope, but to be a little bit more specific, the programs that I'm in, the groups that I'm a part of are even more dialed in on how much hope we have, the hope that's out there, how much, the love that's out there for us, from my higher power, as I understand it. that I'm loved and I'm cared for, and that there's a way out, that there's better plans for my life than being on that air mattress in the corner of that apartment. The Cross program has really, since we started it, I've just it's been like a springboard to just feeling better, feeling mentally better, a better just perspective, a better outlook, and but physically I feel better. Yeah, definitely the Cross program, I think, would be my favorite thing about Sovereign. And I would tell them that, like I just said, that there's hope. There's hope here. There's hope in many places. I mean, there's hope all around. Sovereign cares. Sovereign cares enough to provide me, a financing solution. Sovereign provided me a way to get out here to California. Sovereign provides me help, hot meals, a roof every day, and that's, and hope, because every person that has an ID badge or an employee number is genuinely concerned for my welfare, and I certainly know that my family and things back home will always love me and care for me in that way. But to be so far away from home, 22 miles away from home, and there's this other family that cares whether I live or die. I mean, that really has helped me get out of that place that I was in. And I would tell, the sick or suffering today, that there's hope. That there's hope. All you got to do is want it. You gotta really truly want it for yourself, and just reach out. I don't know the 800 number or the website to plug, but there's hope. There's hope here, and if I can do it, surely anybody else can do it, because I was in a bad spot. I created a reality around myself that I didn't want to look at. So I just tried to hide all the time, and I tried to run from the truth. I tried to run from who I was. I was to the point, I was super depressed. I just hated the skin that I was in, and if I can turn it around with a little shove, anybody can.